Have you ever been in love? Hey y'all, Caroline here from Our Vibes, and I'm super excited because today we are having a game night with our video producers. We're gonna do the ultimate get to know you with a game called LikeU Cards. So we all haven't seen each other in a while due to the pandemic, and it's been a little hard to stay connected virtually. So tonight we're gonna play a game. Prior to the Our Vibes launch in 2020, most of the team actually didn't really know each other, and we were planning to have our first team bonding event right when the shutdown happened. So hopefully tonight can help the video producers bond, get to know each other a little better, and have some fun.
All right, guys, are y'all ready to play? Like you,
Yeah, like you.
Round one. The first question is: are aliens real?
Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Prove me wrong.
How do you know, Brenda?
I don't know. I think I've seen weird things in the sky before, and I'm like, there's no explaining that. I don't want to say I've had an encounter, but I've seen things that I'm like, there's no explaining it. And if it was just me, I'd be like, okay, whatever. But my dad has seen it, my mom has seen it. Like, we've been camping in the middle of nowhere, and we see some weird boo-boo thing in the sky, and I'm like, okay, that was not a star. That is not a shooting thing. So.
My mom swears that she saw one in my backyard, but she left her phone inside. And so she's like, I was going to record it, but if I went to go get my phone, I would have lost it. So I just watched it. And she said it looked like a vinyl disc, like rotating in the air, and that it got closer, but it looked like the size of a vinyl disc. I was like, is it a drone? And she's like, no, because it's thin, like a little disco. She called it a disco.
They're coming for you, Caroline.
Right, no more aliens. I'm scared.
Yeah. And you live in Arizona, so Arizona's the hot spot for aliens.
Are there aliens here?
It's the hot spot for aliens.
Alvin, pack your bags. We're going back.
When do you feel most loved?
You know the love languages? When you find out like what's your love language, and you notice like when someone does something like in your love language, you feel most loved. So for me, it's when you do like acts of service. So when you clean something for me, or you like go and buy something for me that I had to do on my to-do list, that's when I feel most loved.
I feel like for me, it's like, I guess like in a weird way, but like being noticed for like things that I've done. Like this is weird, but like if I'm making food for people, I'm like, is it good? Is it like did you like it? And they're like, yeah. Like, oh, thanks. I feel that.
Getting a random text from like a friend or family. Like I remember when I wasn't living at home, my mom would randomly be like, oh, I love you. And I'm like, oh, like, I don't know. I think that's when I feel the most love. Like I don't have to text someone to be like, oh, I love you. Oh, I love you too. It's more of like they do that. They initiate that.
For me, I think the thought of being thought of, maybe like when they send you like a meme, like, oh, this reminded me of you, or something like that.
Oh, that's sweet. I like that.
Cute.
If you could time travel, would you prefer to visit the past or the future?
The past is in the past, y'all.
I feel like I go to the past because I think I don't know. I might get some sort of like anxiety if I go to the future and I'm like, oh my God, this is what happens. Like, oh, gee.
I think I wouldn't time travel. Like Brenda said, the past is in the past, and like I wouldn't want to see my future either. Like, this is what happened to, but like,
Yeah.
then you have nothing to look forward to because you already know what's gonna happen. So.
Oh,
Best answer right there.
what is your favorite Disney movie?
Is Ratatouille?
Yeah.
The musical or the movie? Okay.
Wait,
What?
wait, what?
It's like the TikTok thing.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I love The Lion King. All-time favorite movie is The Lion King.
I really like Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch is a classic. Yeah.
I like Peter Pan.
Same.
It's a
Peter
fun
Pan.
In a public place, would you rather your fart be silent but deadly or loud but odorless?
Okay, silent and deadly, because then you can move.
Yeah.
But if it's loud, they know it came from you.
The only thing is you're just crop dusting people. It's silent but deadly.
And I think there's a special place in hell for people who do that in elevators.
Everyone's just like looking at each other like they know damn well that someone tooted in here.
When I was a PA, I would have to go up and down different buildings doing deliveries, and sometimes I would get in elevators and I'm like, whoever just stepped off, man. You. Have you ever been in love?
Yes.
Alex's girlfriend's behind the laptop. All right.
Like, yes, sweetie, yes. I love you very much, girlfriend. No, okay. No, yeah, no, I love my girlfriend very much.
Would you consider getting plastic surgery? No.
No, because I've seen like Dr. Miami, where like he would legit like post videos of him like shoving a stick up a girl's butt, and it gets purple, and I was like, no, this girl, like all this pain. And then like if you get breast implants, you can go on the airplane and the elevation could like pop them, or it's just like so many things that could go wrong. I'm like, nah, I rather like just
enjoy your flight.
What?
He's saying rather enjoy your flight. That's a good one, Victor.
It's traumatizing. I just watch it, it's traumatizing.
Do you get social media anxiety?
I think like the more and more I get older, the more I've learned to just control like social media. Like I'm not on it a lot. Like I'll just like whenever I have to post, I'll post and maybe skim through a bit and then get off. All my notifications are off for every single social media. So if somebody messages me or I get a like or whatever, like I don't notice until I hop back in. So I think that's really kind of cleared my anxiety a little more. Yeah, it's just like you say, like sometimes people post things of like, oh man, I wish I was there. I wish I could do that. I wish I had that car. I wish I had that body. And it's just so much. And then 99% of it is fake sometimes that people aren't even happy, but they're posting pictures that they're happy.
The way I see social media, I think it's really fun for me personally. I'm not like addicted to it, but like I like to post like whatever is in my mind, whatever I'm feeling. So it's like a space for me to like just, I don't know, express myself. But I know that not everything you see online is real, so I don't really compare myself to what I see on social media. Like I feel like I kind of know that that's not real, so it's like, why would I compare myself to that? For me, social media is just a fun place to express yourself.
I feel like sometimes I'm like, oh, I am who I am. I'm proud, like my profiles represent me. I'm like comfortable with myself. But then other days I get like, in a way, performance anxiety. Like sometimes I post really goofy stories that like I think is funny because I'm entertaining myself sometimes. But then I watch them like a few hours later and I'm like, this is embarrassing, and I delete it. So I guess it's like a performance anxiety. Like, am I being good enough for other people? But in the end, it shouldn't be for them. I post for myself. And I just have to remind myself about that. Last question. At what age did you have your first kiss, and do you want to share the story?
I was 17 and it was at prom.
Oh, was it on the dance floor?
It was. I was with the senior boy and I was a junior.
Oh.
It was his prom.
Was it like a peck? Or was it like...
Keeping it rated G for everyone. No, I think it was like a long kiss, but again, it was my first kiss. I'm like, oh, what is that?
So mine, I was 18 and we went to the LA County Fair and it was like our first date, but we were going back to my car and we actually spent half an hour looking for my car. We got lost, and then when we finally found it, I was like really excited, and he like pulled me in and we kissed. It was just a little, and I was like, oh, okay, that's how it is.
That's all right. You're like, oh, that's okay.
For me, I was 18. I was in college, and I was on a date with this girl. That was the first time I had Chipotle. We started watching stand-up from Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias, and then done. Yeah.
How romantic.
Yeah, very romantic. Right in front of Fluffy, blessing us. No, it was fine. It was a good like first kiss,
I gotta ask. Was it a or was it a
Keeping it G again. Hey. It was a and then
Whoa!
I'm glad we did this because it makes me feel better about mine. Because like I grew up hearing everybody be like, "Oh, I was 11," or "I was,"
Yeah.
9," and I always felt so bad about being a late bloomer. But I guess I'm normal.
Bro, yeah. No.
I was 13. Mine's embarrassing because I live like in a callejon, so like all the kids would come out and play, and we were playing, and then my neighbor was like, and she liked me, and everybody was like, kiss, 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 and like begging me to go kiss her, and it was just like a little, and that's it.
Oh my god.
Were you nervous?
No, I just wanted to do it, and they were like, gave it to her, and I was like, I don't like her. And then I remember this one of my neighbors was like, just give it with her for 3 days and then break up, and I was like, no. What's the point?
It's kid logic right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how old 6th graders are, but I was in 6th grade and I was in this private school. Each grade we were in, we were with the same like kids. But okay, this was my first like boyfriend,
Seasonal.
and he was like a little short boy, and we were kicking each other under the desk, and they're like, do you guys like each other? And we're like, no. But you know, like playing like kicking each other and playing. So we ended up like saying, okay, like let's just go out. And then same behind a little like alley by our school, like we're like, okay, let's make this official. And then he's like, all right, you gotta kiss me. And I'm like, what? And it was like after school, all the parents were coming to pick us up, so I just had to make it real quick. And so I like gave him a peck, and I think it was in the cheek, so it wasn't like too crazy, but that was my first kiss. He didn't kiss me back, so it's not a first kiss. Oh my god.
I will say, we're talking about mouth to mouth here.
I mean, eventually it got to that point, but then we broke up like a week after.
He only wanted one thing.
Inner trash.
At least it wasn't 3 days.
I honestly love these games where it's a bit of a icebreaker and you get to know a little bit about someone, especially like, you know, just like all like the hidden things, you know, underneath everyone. So it was really fun. I enjoyed it.
Now this was fun. I think it's nice to like hear different stuff besides like work related or like, oh, good job on that video. I know this is fun to learn more about like people's dark past or fun moments.
This was fun. I think it was interesting to like learn like just random things. I felt like we got to learn about each other's past. We had things in common in those awkward stories that I feel like brings us together.
I feel like I would also use this game, like, you know how like when your best friend gets like a new boyfriend or something, I'm like, bring them over. We're gonna play this just like you game. All right. When was your first kiss and with who?
Interrogating them.
Yeah, without them knowing.
Yeah, I think it's not always the answer though. It's like the way they answer. You know, it tells you like what energy they have. Are they fun spirited? Are they gonna take this in a lighthearted way? Are they gonna get upset? So I feel like it'd be a good way to get to know people.
I think it'd be fun for game night, honestly, especially if like you're in a situation where people you don't really know too well. It's just fun, again, like learning about a person and understanding a little bit about their past. So that way you can find out that other people are like you.
Thanks for watching.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel.
You can get your own deck at LikeUCards.com.
See you next time.